Hi everybody, Nancy here. Today I'm going to show you how to create a timestamp shortcut for reminders. A couple of weeks ago I got it in my head that I wanted to be able to timestamp certain things, especially like if I go out to eat. I want a timestamp when I'm at lunch and I just want to use my watch for it. And so I set about trying to figure out what I need to tell Siri for her to do that. Well, I'm sure there's a command there because I said it one time, but I couldn't repeat it. I could not figure out what I had said that she actually did it for me. So I finally figured out that, well, all I need to do is say, Siri, remind me in 1 minute to go to lunch or something, just something like that. And that would put the time and date in my reminders so that I could do something with them later. Well, that worked, and I was content with that until the last few days I started watching videos on YouTube about using shortcuts, and they're kind of sort of like macros. I used to do macros when I was use the PC, but macros are simple. All you had to do is press record and it would record anything you did, and then you stop the recording, then it would repeat anytime you wanted to use it. You just have to run that macro. Well, this is not the same. It's kind of the same, but it's more like coding. And, you know, you kind of have to have a programmer's mindset to be able to use it. But if you know what you need, then it's really simple. So I'm going to show you guys what I created to make this work. Now this right here I recorded on my watch, and I apologize up front. I didn't realize that when I was recording it, it was picking up I used my cell phone, and I wasn't thinking, and it recorded my TV. So try to ignore the background sounds. I'm going to run this little video right here. Now see this, all I did was click that little square and then click on add new reminder, and I've got a list of all my reminders, and it just did it. As simple as that. Now the list you saw was my list of all the reminders that I created. It's this list right here. Well, it's some of them. I can tell it which ones I wanted to include. But, okay, so that's what it offers me. Originally, I had created it to just do eat. So all I had to do was press that button, the same button that you saw there. And then I would have to press run, but it would automatically do it to eat. To this right here, that one. And that was exactly what I wanted. But then last night I was thinking, well, what if I want to timestamp the when I go get gas, or when I go to order something from Amazon, or I do something else, you know, wash clothes, whatever. Now the trick is, you do want to, in order to keep it sorted, you do want to have a separate reminder list over here on the left for each thing that you want to track. But think about it. What I'm actually doing here is I can do anything with my watch just by pushing that button and choosing it, and it will put the date and or the time that happened into my ZoomNotes planner. If I go back here and go to my planner, see, I've got it now. This is an old version of it, but see, I can tell by looking at my list that on October the 8th, I ate out at 12:41, and you know, okay. And then I can come down here and highlight when I did that. So now, or, you know, I could put that into my dailies if I wanted to. This is on a tracker in the back of my book, but it's all in how you want to use it. You could actually do what I'm going to show you, kind of the same thing with events. And an event would put it on the page as an event. All right, obviously. But okay, let me just go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. I recorded this one time already, and I'm afraid I'm going to either repeat or leave something out. But if you go to Shortcuts, which is this little, it's an app on your iPad. You click on that. Oops. And let me get out of here. That was another one. You've got different ways of looking at it. Now, this is version 15, the latest release. Actually, the 14, I have a different iPad that I haven't upgraded yet. And 14 was easier as far as I was concerned. I was actually able to do it way easier on 14, and then I tried coming over here and doing it, and it's just, you know, they tried to make it easier on us, but it just was very confusing to me when I got over here, because actually the only videos I've been able to find so far were for 14, because, you know, this is brand new. The 15 was brand new. But all right, see here, these are all the different shortcuts that I call my own. Now, there's a gallery of different ones that other people have created that you can use anytime you want to use them, and put them on your desktop and press a button, and it'll just automatically do whatever these things will do. Now, some of them have a bunch of different steps or actions, they call them. Like this, you can actually see this, take a break. There's 13 actions. If I click on the three little dots, here's all the different actions. I don't know. That to me is a lot to know how to do. That hurts my head to even just look at it. But it's already created. I don't have to recreate the wheel, so I can just do done. If I decide I want to use that, I can. But this one right here, the top one, see, if you want to create it from scratch, then you click on the plus up at the very top, and there you have it. Now, I want to show you the one that I created. If I tap on that screen right now, see, if I tap on that, it runs it, and it says what list do you want to add to, and I can say 1A, whatever, and it just put the date and the time under my 1A reminders. So if I go to my reminders and look at 1A, see, the time is 6:50. October 11, 6:51. So that's when I just did that, all right? And that, of course, would show up in my ZoomNotes if I have it pulled in that way, if I have a 1A list. But, okay, let me go back. Let me open this one up. This is the one that I'm going to show you how to create that timestamp. And I'm going to go ahead and do it here so that I make sure I do it right. Now, over on the right are your list of things that you can use to create the thing on the left. In the middle, you can see next action suggestions. Add new reminder is the action we want to take. But if you've never used it, that might not be a suggestion for you. So easier to do is to click on search and search for add new. Well, just add pulls it up. You can see add new reminder right there. So I'm going to click on that add new reminder, and that automatically puts that line of code up there for me. Now you can see the first reminder there says is ghosted. So that says you definitely have to put something here. So if you click on it, and you look down at the bottom, that gives you different variables. What do you want to put on that, on your reminder? Do you want to add a new reminder? Do you want to ask each time? Whatever. And current time is what I want to do. So I click on current time, and you see over on the right what popped up was date. Now you can add a name if you wanted to. I see no need to, because if I add a name, that implies I already know what I want to put, but since I'm going to change it to a list, I'm not going to use that. So then down at the bottom, you've got the date format, and if you don't want to use the date, there's a none, so I could get rid of the date if I didn't want it. If I just wanted the time, then I could do none. Now, as far as short, medium, and long, that is, you know, do you want it to say January the 3rd, 1995, or do you want it to say 1/3/95, whatever. And I can't tell you, see, like, I don't know what all these different things mean. I just had to play a couple of them to see what my results were going to be, and I decided that medium was what I wanted, so that's what I went with. And then time is the same thing. If you click on that, you don't have to have the time. See, this would be where it really is not important what the time is sometimes, but since I do want it sometimes, I'm going to go ahead and set it so that I don't have to have different shortcuts for every action that I want to do. And I'm just going to use the short version, which is just the minutes. Actually, I'm not real sure what it is. Okay, so those are the two things I'm going to pick. Now, next to that is reminders. Now, reminders meaning the big category of reminders. It's not one of the little lists. So if I click on that, see here are the different, oops. I could choose Amazon, and this activity would automatically put everything under Amazon. But that's not what I want. I want it to give me the option. So I want it to ask me each time, where do you want me to put it? All right, and that's it. I'm done. It will, now if I click and run it right here, see, it gives me my options here. I can do 3B. Now, see, it's doing it twice because I've got it on here twice. Big dummy. I forgot to delete the one I don't need. So I just click off of it. I only need one version of that. All right. So just copy that code that I just showed you how to create. And then I do done. And see, under, if you click on Apple Watch, or let's see, how did I do that? If I click on these three dots here, yeah, here's where you would tell it. Up at the top right, you see the next to done, those three lines with the dots. If you click on that, you can say show on Apple Watch, and that way it will show up on your Apple Watch. And you can, all you have to do, now if I go downstairs and I want to track when I wash my clothes, and I'm downstairs and I don't want to have to go back to my daytime or my planner and remember to write that down. I want to remember I did the laundry. All I have to do is push that button and say laundry. So simple. All righty then. Now that, well, I'm not going to say that. Okay, but see down here under watch, I only have 5 out of 19 that I want to see on my watch. I'm able to tell it to play a certain playlist on Pandora, and it will play it on my car. Kind of freaky. Then record the time of the memo. I hadn't even tried that. Save location if I'm in a certain location. Now all these over on the right, were already there and you can choose to use them or not. I just chose to put those on my watch so that if I want to, I can use them when I'm out and about. You can do any of those. See, open my ZoomNotes, the third one from the top, the third one on the top row. Open my ZoomNotes calendar. If I click on that, obviously I don't need it on my watch necessarily. You know, it would it would probably open it up on my iPad. But obviously I can't open it up on my watch. Okay, so if I click on that one, open my ZoomNotes, see, it opens up automatically to this document, my daytime, my planner. And I got that code from right here under Z, the UUID. I copied that to the pasteboard. Then I went to the here, open it up, and it says open that UUID. And all I had to do was paste that on there. Very easy to do, but you just have to know to use the word open. Okay, done. So that's it. That's all I have to tell you, because I honestly don't know. I don't know enough about it to actually show you anything worth knowing, but those two things you can use. The open my ZoomNotes calendar. Now it opened really quick. See, that's fast, but that's because it was already open. If it hadn't been, let's see, if I close ZoomNotes, well, heck, I can't do it. There, I was pulling it from the wrong side. If I close ZoomNotes and then I go back to the shortcut and I run it, see, it's going to take longer because it's got to do that whole spinning thing that it does. So, spinning, and so, but it is going to open up in the same exact place that I had it before. There, okay. Now, again, if I want to show you, all I have to do is press those two little things. Now, those are called, I don't know what those are called. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can look at my watch. There's a name for it. Oh, come on. I gotta, those are called complications. And I had to tell it that I wanted to put my shortcuts on the front page so that it would be there. So if you have an Apple Watch, you know how to set that up. But again, you don't have to have a watch to make these things work. They're just very convenient. I could do the same exact thing on my phone, you know, and so could you, obviously. But okay, so if I click on that and I run shortcuts, click on that, add new reminder, it gives me the list of my reminders. I select Amazon, done. Bam. Now, I will say that I created another one for Amazon specifically that gives me a text box that I can type in what I bought from Amazon so I can remember what I bought, when I bought it, and be able to track that too. All right. Okay, that's it. Y'all have a great day here. Bye.